Hey everyone, Johnny here. Don't speak news. News you're not supposed to speak about. And we've got plenty of news on tap today, and I think everyone will be speaking about it soon. As Iran is preparing for an attack, it should say for an attack from Israel, as a NOTAM has been issued for the country's western parts. They're saying specific areas of the country's western airspace will be closed for commercial flights every night. So we'll just get right into it like we always do. Iran appears to be preparing for an attack by Israel, as on Saturday night, 10/5, they issued a NOTAM for the western parts of the country. In particular, the Iranian Civil Aviation Authority announced with their NOTAM that specific areas of the country's western airspace will be closed for commercial flights each night from 2000 hours, which is 8 o'clock p.m., to 0431 hours, which is 4:30 in the morning. So they're expecting a launch or an attack from Israel, and this is the part of their airspace that's been closed. And earlier, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stressed in a statement on how Israel has a duty to respond to Iran's attack, and we figured they would. Iran is behind all the threats against us, Netanyahu is saying. They fired hundreds of missiles at us in one of the biggest attacks in history. Well, what have you been doing in Gaza and Lebanon and the West Bank? I mean, just slaughtering civilians left and right. So for him to be claiming that they're hurt by this is just ridiculous. But anyway, no country in the world would accept such an attack, nor will Israel accept it. Well, everybody is done with you. That is for certain. So here we go, guys. Just a matter of when this attack happens and how Iran will respond. I imagine they'll respond with more force, like they said. So after these F-35s were detected, this happened last night. Apparently some F-35s from Israel were running up the Persian Gulf towards Iran. Well, now, since that was detected, Israel is preparing large surface-to-surface missiles to launch at Iran. And apparently it's this Jericho 2 that we're looking at here. After the Russian government alerted Iran to the approach of 4 F-35 stealth jets towards Iran from the Persian Gulf yesterday, which reportedly caused an abort to that mission, Israel is now preparing surface-to-surface missile launches. Information about Israel's ballistic missile capability is sparse, but here's what we know about the likely missiles to be used, which is speculated to be the Jericho 2, seen in this photo here. So the Jericho 2 is a solid-fuel, 2-stage long-range ballistic missile system, and a follow-on from the Jericho 1 project. They've got as many as 90 of these missiles currently based in caves southeast of Tel Aviv. So I'll let you read the rest of those details on your own. But what I found interesting is that it was originally a joint Israeli-Iranian project, believe it or not. But of course, that cooperation ended with the loss of friendly relations after the 1979 revolution overthrew the Shah in Iran. So I found that interesting nonetheless. And as we scroll down here, I'm going to get to this part. As the U.S. is sending more assets, additional aerial refueling tankers with the U.S. Air Force are en route to the Middle East this morning, possibly ferrying a squadron of F-22s, F-16s, or F-15Es, which the Pentagon had previously stated will be deploying soon to the region. And shown below are 2 KC-46A Pegasus tankers from McGuire Air Force Base, and 1 C-5 Super Galaxy and 1 C-17 Globemaster, likely headed to the Middle East. Those are cargo planes. And then this intel here is the commander of the U.S. Central Command, General Michael Kurilla, arrived earlier in Tel Aviv, Israel, where he will assist in the planning for an Israeli retaliatory strike against Iran, as well as the defense against an Iranian response. So yes, they're there to coordinate Israel's response. And if we go back to Pro News here, there was a picture of Netanyahu, or not Netanyahu, but one of the Israelis meeting with his American counterpart. So that general that Hal's talking about here is there. It's General Michael Kurilla. I just can't find the picture now. I've looked at so much stuff here this morning already. Another thing I looked at today was Florida faces the daunting prospect of yet another strong hurricane, guys. As everybody's still reeling from Helene, Florida could experience a major setback from a storm predicted to become Hurricane Milton, and I'm sure it will. And it's coming in it'll be there in less than 2 weeks after the last one. And you got to wonder what's going to happen to the other southeastern states right above it again. I mean, my gosh, just look at the devastation and the horrific nature of Hurricane Helene in North Carolina and eastern Tennessee. And now they're trying to say that all of this stuff that we're reporting is misinformation and conspiracy theories. Nothing could be further from the truth. Every time they bring up that kind of crap, it means we're right over the target and we are on the truth, and they can't stand it. So they got to say misinformation and conspiracy. Well, up yours and F you. I'm so sick and tired of these people. I'm so fed up, guys. Ugh. Words can't even express how fed up I am with this government and its lack of caring and absolute. Yeah, I can't say anymore because I'm going to start going off again. But anyway, forecasts for a tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico have turned more serious, and the chance is growing that Florida will experience a second hurricane landfall in less than 2 weeks. The National Hurricane Center began issuing advisories for the system Saturday morning and warned that an intense hurricane with multiple life-threatening hazards is likely to affect the west coast of Florida, of the Florida Peninsula next week. So there it is, coming back to the same spot. They really want to wipe everybody out there, I guess. And the water event is coming soon, too, to the entire United States. But that's a whole different video. But the nascent system in the southwest Gulf of Mexico is predicted to become better organized this weekend and will become a tropical storm. Then forecast models suggest the storm, which would earn the name Milton, could intensify rapidly as it's drawn toward the Florida Peninsula. And yes, I know it's hurricane season, but at the same time, there's all kinds of Google patents. You can Google the patents for this stuff. All the weather control modification that they can do, including steering hurricanes, stalling hurricanes, just like they did with, what was it, Harvey back in Texas and Houston. How long ago was that? And they just let it stall there and keep raining and raining and raining, flooding that particular city out. And now they're steering it through the southeast coast of the United States because there's all kinds of lithium and quartz deposits in North Carolina. And you know what? This video, because now they're labeling these stories misinformation, may get me booted off of YouTube, but I just don't care anymore. I do not care what YouTube does. So go ahead, boot me off if that's what you want to do. Don't care anymore. I got to tell the people what's going on. And we got to tell it straight like it is. And not listen to all this nonsense the mainstream's trying to push on us. Believe your eyes, believe your ears. Don't believe the mainstream and anything they say. The government, mainstream, if you do a 180 from what they're telling you and believe the opposite, you'll be right 100% of the time. They lie about absolutely everything these days. Don't believe a word that they tell you. You got to prepare for yourselves, guys. FEMA's not coming to help you. And if this doesn't show you that, I don't know what to tell you. Get yourself a 4-pack of those life straws, if nothing else, so you have some water to drink. You can drink right out of a mud puddle with one of these life straws because it filters all the bad things out. It's $38 for a 4-pack. Go over to Amazon.com and get you some. I'll put a link up on the website. But I'm so sick and tired of this apathy. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, well, that was there. It's never going to happen here. Nothing will happen to me. Unreal, the attitude in this country. When Armageddon's at hand, the destruction of Mystery Babylon is at hand, and 99% of the people in the world are still asleep. Unbelievable. All right. That's it for now. I will keep my eyes on all of this, which is not an easy task anymore, as much as I can. But this is don'tspeaknews.com, home base for everything that we do. If you'd like to support us, there's a channel support tab here. Just click on that, or it's at the bottom of every single article or posting I put up. All the links to support us are right here. Also, if you'd like to subscribe or contact me, click on this tab. And then type in your email here, click on subscribe, and every time I put out a posting, you'll get notified. Make sure and check your spam after you subscribe, just in case you don't get the email right away. And then here are the 2 emails at Proton Mail and at Yahoo, where you can send me links and information. And I thank you guys for everything that you're sending. I will be going back to look at more of it today. I've been extremely busy with a lot of things this past week. Just a lot of things I'm trying to take care of here at the homestead. So I'll do what I can when I can, but please remember I'm a one-man operation and I don't have producers or anything like that. So it's just me doing the best that I can. All right. One thing I want to talk to you guys about before I leave, in fact, it's right here under YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, Telegram, is my Substack notes page right here. I have a Substack account which I just started posting on here recently with some blogs and some videos that I want to make sure you guys know about, because I put more natural health things here as far as my articles go, but my notes contain things that I share from other Substack accounts, like Exposing the Darkness and Dr. Anna and so on. So if you click on this notes tab right here, it'll bring you to the notes page. And then you can keep track of everything that I'm posting over here, including a lot of news that we can't speak about anywhere else. So that's another place where I post things, guys, that you may not be aware of. But that's my Substack notes page. And then, of course, I also have a Substack blog page. And that's listed right underneath the YouTube, BitChute, and Rumble links right here. It's the, well, let's see, where is it now? Right here at the bottom. It's the last one. So let's click on that and you'll be to my Substack page and you can subscribe there. And that is it for now. Stay ready, guys. Head on the swivel. Oh, man, because anything could happen at any time at this point. But we've definitely got war coming, more of it, as Armageddon continues to expand in Israel. Because now, of course, after this attack, Iran will hit back, and then we only know, God only knows where it goes from there. So prayed up and prepped up at all times. God bless, take care. Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News.